Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Akash. Thank you so much for the love and support you have given to us. I'm here to answer your frequently asked questions. So let's get right to it. The question for the day, first question is, how do I start an online business? Guys, this is a very subjective question and there are a lot of parameters which you need to see. But irrespective of any business you are doing, I would suggest if you are starting up fresh and maybe you are a 1 or 2% team, just focus on a MVP. Get a MVP out. Just focus on a limited SKUs. If you are dealing with a lot of SKUs, that's not a right way to start because you'll choke up a lot of your capital in just piling up the SKUs. So start with the MVP, work on a foundation, go to the customers directly, work on a customer feedback loop, and then scale up from there onwards. A right technology, a right marketing, all those things can be a catalyst, but you don't need this from day one. Your day one, your near ones and dear ones would be the perfect set of customers. Try to reach out to unknowns and try to grow your consumer base and take a very open feedback. That's where you should start from. That's what I feel. Alright guys, next question is, what is the difference between aggregator and marketplace model? These are the jargons being used out in the industry, right? Aggregators are more like a players who are helping you with their consumer base to reach out to them. They are giving you their platform to reach out to their consumers. So you are completely dependent on aggregator's platform and the consumers which that particular aggregator has. When you go with the marketplace model, you are continuously reaching out to customers and building your own consumer base over here. So the right set of balance, if you are starting up a new business, is to balance between both. You go with the aggregator model, you be onboarded with all the aggregator platforms available with you. At the same time, when you feel that this is the right time, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from the consumers, I'm getting a lot of good traction now, then that is the right time to start your own channel. When you go with your own channel, that's where you need to use and leverage the marketplace. So this marketplace is more like how independent players like your logistics, like your marketing, like your technology comes together and helps you to do and create your own channel. So when we say marketplace, that's the combination of all of these things. You being a solo entrepreneur or a solo business guy won't be able to fill a lot of teams by your own, and that won't be a very healthy thing to do in a business, to shell out a lot of money in building the teams by yourself. So when you take a marketplace approach, you can just take people for their expertise and pay them for whatever they are chipping in. So your cost, it's a very lightweight asset model, and still it gets you to where you want to reach. So this is how the aggregator and marketplace is different. The next question is very interesting, guys. The question is there a future for hyperlocal startups in India? The answer is definitely yes. A lot of big brands are trying to enter the hyperlocal domain because of obvious reason. The availability of customer is just few minutes away or maybe few hours away, and that's the arena a lot of people want to be in right now. Right now, if you are ordering grocery, there has been a habit loop where people are expecting that things will be getting delivered to them within like no time. So the only way a brands can make it happen is by enabling the hyperlocal and motivating the hyperlocal ecosystem. The reason why a lot of companies of logistics and a lot of companies in food domain have grown big is because a lot of people wants to invest in hyperlocal and grow that model. Right? And we have examples in front of us. Dunzo, Swiggy, Zomato, these all are hyperlocal brands. Amazon is also a kind of hyperlocal enabler because they are promising same day delivery in many cases. So this is completely aggregator model, but they are taking the stuff from a local vendor and getting it delivered. So directly or indirectly, if you say, this is still enabling the hyperlocal methodology. The only problem over here is a lot of these brands and a lot of these startups don't have a channels and mechanism to reach out to their customers directly. That's the reason the dependency on aggregators is pretty high. The moment these companies and startups start reaching out to their customers directly, they'll be able to get the customers on their platform as well. Right? And that's where the companies will start growing, the brands will start growing. So definitely hyperlocal delivery market is huge in India. Everybody is aiming and eyeing at this. So there is a huge scope for upcoming years to get this hyperlocal delivery market up and running. And still there is a huge room to grow. A lot of things are into the corrective shape. A lot of things are growing, a lot of things are getting corrected. companies which are present right now are getting matured. So this is a very right domain right now to be in. The next question is very interesting. Question is, how do I start a cloud kitchen? I'm sure a lot of people are looking to answer or looking to get answer for this question. Well, let me tell you, starting a cloud kitchen looks easy, but there are a lot of hidden nitty-gritties into it. Right now, the dependency on aggregators is pretty high. So if you feel you want to start a cloud kitchen, do your unit economics right, do your math right. Lot of cloud kitchens which are performing and operating right now, which are comparatively new, are not making money, because there is a huge cost which they need to pay to aggregators. Then there is a huge cost which they need to shell down in the form of discounts, and there is again a cost where they need to pay for a lot of this pay-per-click and marketing campaigns on the aggregator platform. So eventually, if your food is not speaking for itself, if your products are not speaking for itself, the room for growth for a cloud kitchen is very, very less. And you need to get your 7-8 months of runway figured out before you start any cloud kitchen business, because you're not going to see money. Even though there are transactions coming in from the aggregators, there is a very thin chance that you will get money out of these platforms from month one. So make sure you are prepared for 7-8 months. Make sure your food is speaking for itself, right? And you have a repeat consumer base coming in. If these 3 checks are coming in your checkbox, you are in a good shape, you are going in the right direction, and your cloud kitchen business can groom and grow well. Okay guys, moving to next question. This is pretty interesting and this is my personal favorite. What is Swiggy and Zomato's business model and how do they earn money? Well, the answer is they don't earn money. As of now, they are not earning money a lot. But how they are charging money and how they are getting the revenue built is something we can discuss. First of all, they are into the model where they are charging 25, 30, 35, and nowadays it has been gone up to 40%. What they are charging to a lot of this F&B players per transaction. So this is the first revenue source where they charge per transaction. So each order you make, even though the same customer is placing order on the platform again and again, you need to still pay for that repeat customer, which is actually loyal to your brand. You need to pay them again and again as a transaction fee, and that's the revenue model for Swiggy and Zomato. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, which happens over here, is you need to pay them for the marketing. If you want to be on top of their list, top 10 or top 20, usually this is how customers go and screen it. If you are not present in top 10 or 20, there is a rare or maybe thin chance to get clicks on your posting or listing over there. So if you want to be in top 10 or 20, you need to pay them, and that's how the model works. There is no feedback mechanism coming in picture. If you pay them, you will be listed in top 10, 20, and you will get a lot of clicks, which will be eventually converting into transactions. So another revenue model is a marketing channel which they use on their platform. So they call it PPC, they call it a lot of different things, but this is how they make money. Third, they have started adding conveyance charges as well, right? So if the distance is pretty more, then few brands are getting this conveyance charge in their charges, which is in the invoice, which you need to pay as a restaurant or as a business. The fourth point over here which comes is they have their own brands, they have their own cloud kitchens. So they are getting the consumers and they are diverting the traffic to their own channels, own cloud kitchens. This is another avenue where they make a lot of money, right? Even though none of this is making a lot of money to give them, operational positive, their balance sheets are still negative. But yeah, these are the channels where they are making money. Plus they also have a distance fee collected from each user. So these are the models where they collect the revenue, but still their overheads are pretty high and they are still not making money. I'm hopeful that in 2021 the ecosystem will reboot and they'll start making money, and there'll be a lot of room for restaurant guys also to grow and scale up their business. There is a follow-up question to this. How are Swiggy and Zomato managing to provide 50% discount without having any loss? As I said, first of all, there is a loss, right? And they are not giving a 50% discount all there from all from their pocket. So over here there is a concept called Cofunding. So Swiggy and Zomato chips in some small percentage, and the rest is covered by a restaurant or a merchant or a partner, right? So they need to chip in. So actually this discounts what you are getting is not always coming from Swiggy or Zomato, that is being funded by a restaurant or that is being funded by any third person who wants to grow and who is spending this as a marketing cost. So even though after doing all these things, first of all, they're not making any money, right? The ecosystem is all screwed up. It's a negative revenue. It's a loss making companies over here, but they are aiming to be profitable in 2021 by increasing the commercials, by increasing the commission charges on restaurants, by passing on the delivery charges to customers, by having a PPC methodology where you will be paying them for marketing, and by adding conveyance charge and other charges. So by adding a lot of these charges on merchants and customers, they are planning to be profitable. Okay, moving on to last question for the day. Why should established brands build their own and great D2C channel? When you are getting a repeat consumer base with the name of your brand, when your brand is established, it has grown, huge, consumers actually recognize your brand by your name, and aggregators are just the facilitators for adding a lot of components in it, like logistics, like technology, like marketing, right? And customer retention. So if all those things you are getting into your own D2C channel, there is a great room for you to build your own D2C channel and get your customers on that channel. So how they build it is maybe get in touch with us, we'll help you to do that, or maybe go with any player out there who is in the market who is going to help you with a lot of things. Get these things sorted. Don't hire your own team, own tech team, own marketing team and get these overheads built on top of your shoulders. Go to the experts, let them help you out with this, right? But building D2C brand is definitely going to be a help to you because customers recognize your brand. If you are going to give a better value from an aggregator platform than your platform, right? You give a better value on your platform and customers will directly come to you. End of the day, customers are looking for value. If you are giving them a platform and a channel where they are getting a better value, I don't think customers will mind coming to your platform and placing the order. That's a very small habit loop, and that habit loop can be corrected by giving them a right value. So to answer the question, building a right D2C brand, your own D2C brand is definitely on. You should do it. This will help you to reduce dependency on aggregators. Tomorrow if somebody comes and arm twist you or dictate the terms or do something, you always have a fallback answer for that. Second thing, what you get is you get to know your own customers. Whenever customers have some problem, they'll reach out to you. Whenever customers have some queries or something, there'll be always a channel where they can come to you and talk to you directly. You will have a customer behavior and analytics over there. You can use your omni-channel engagement mechanism to reach out to your customers, be it a Valentine's Day, be it a Diwali, be it any occasion. You can reach out to your customers with your offers, with your lot of offerings, with your new product line. Lot of things you can work out if you have your own direct channel to reach out to your customers. So I strongly recommend that brands should start building and start thinking on this angle. Thank you guys. Thank you for spending your time by sending me a lot of questions. I hope I answered a lot of them, right? If you have any such question, feel free to drop me an email and I'll be right back to answer all your questions. Thank you.